Jack the Ripper. In the late 19th century, London's East End, specifically the Whitechapel district, was home to overcrowded slums, rampant poverty, and little in the way of modern policing. The infamous Ripper murders took place in 1888, during a time when the city was rapidly industrializing and the working class lived in dire conditions. Gaslit alleys of Whitechapel, where shadows dance along damp cobblestones. Women, many driven by desperation, walked these streets at night, unaware of the predator lurking. The first body is discovered in the early hours of dawn, its gruesome nature shocking even veteran officers. Within weeks, more victims turn up, each crime more vicious than the last. Newspapers whip the city into a frenzy with sensational headlines. The press dubs the unknown killer Jack the Ripper after a series of taunting letters supposedly arrives at the police station. Terrified residents lock their doors while the newly formed Metropolitan Police desperately hunt leads, scouring pubs, lodging houses, and the city's underbelly for a clue to this elusive butcher. Despite the massive manhunt and endless press coverage, no arrest was ever made. Various suspects emerged over time, doctors, aristocrats, even members of the royal family, yet no one was definitively proven guilty. The killings ceased as mysteriously as they began, leaving a legacy of fear and speculation. Jack the Ripper's identity remains one of the greatest unsolved riddles in criminal history. The Zodiac Killer. During the late 1960s and early 1970s, Northern California was a hub of cultural change, flower power, protests, and shifting social norms. Amid this revolutionary era, a series of murders rocked the region. Known for sending cryptic letters to the media, this unidentified criminal called himself Zodiac. On a quiet lover's lane under a starry California sky, a stranger attacks unsuspecting couples in parked cars. Soon, local newspapers receive letters brimming with coded messages and chilling threats. The killer demands front-page publication of his ciphers or he'll strike again. Police race to crack the code, hoping to uncover the killer's identity. Frightened residents keep their eyes on the news as the Zodiac taunts authorities through more letters and phone calls. Each slaying, each clue, heightens the paranoia enveloping the Bay Area. Despite multiple suspects over decades, including a main person of interest who died in the early 1990s, no one was conclusively identified or charged. Occasional claims of solving the Zodiac's ciphers make headlines, but the true face behind that ominous crosshair symbol remains a mystery. D.B. Cooper. In November 1971, air travel had fewer security protocols, and hijackings, while alarming, weren't unheard of. One hijacker, later dubbed D.B. Cooper by the press, would vanish into legend, pulling off one of the most audacious airborne heists in U.S. history. It's a damp, overcast afternoon in Portland, Oregon, when a quiet man in a suit boards Northwest Orient Flight 305. Mid-flight, he hands a note to the flight attendant announcing he has a bomb. He demands $200,000 and 4 parachutes. After landing in Seattle, authorities comply. Passengers are freed, but Cooper keeps a few crew members aboard as the plane takes off again. Somewhere over southwestern Washington, the aft stairs lower. The cabin's instruments register a sudden tilt. Then, nothing. When the plane lands, the crew discovers Cooper is gone, having jumped with the money into the stormy darkness. Extensive FBI searches turned up little besides a small cache of the ransom money found by a riverbank in 1980. Whether Cooper died in the jump or escaped to a new life is unknown. In 2016, the FBI officially closed the case, leaving D.B. Cooper as an enduring icon of unsolved crime. The Dyatlov Pass Incident. A group of 9 Soviet hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, embarked on a trek through the Ural Mountains in the winter of 1959. They were all seasoned adventurers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute. Despite their experience, none survived to recount what went wrong. Amid the howling winds and sub-zero temperatures, the Dyatlov expedition sets camp on the snowy slopes of Kholat Syakhl. Days later, when they fail to return, search teams discover a surreal scene. Their tent is ripped open from the inside, footprints lead away barefoot, and the hikers' bodies are scattered around the area, some with strange injuries, a few showing signs of possible radiation on their clothing. Confusion reigns, no avalanche debris, no clear animal attacks, no signs of other humans. Yet the panic these skiers must have felt is evident in their frantic escape from the tent. Although Soviet authorities ruled it was caused by a compelling natural force, no conclusive explanation emerged. Recent studies point toward a rare avalanche scenario, but debate persists, ranging from secret military tests to paranormal activity. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of Russia's most haunting enigmas, the Somerton Man, Taman Shud case. Shortly after World War II, tensions around espionage were high. In December 1948, a well-dressed man was discovered dead on Somerton Beach near Adelaide, Australia, without identification. The bizarre circumstances propelled the case into Australian law. Sunlight breaks over Somerton Beach, illuminating a lone figure slumped against the seawall. He appears asleep, but by the time a passerby realizes something is wrong, it's too late. He's deceased. No wallet, no address, no tags on his clothing. In a secret pocket, investigators find a tiny scrap of paper reading Taman Shud. This clue leads them to a rare copy of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, which itself holds a strange code. Whispers of espionage, broken hearts, or secret identities swirl around Adelaide's quiet suburbs. Decades of theories, spy involvement, a love affair gone wrong, or a suicide masked by cryptic references have all failed to conclusively identify the man. DNA efforts continue even today, but the Somerton Man endures as Australia's most famous unsolved mystery. The Voynich manuscript, believed to date back to the early 15th century, this mysterious codex was rediscovered in 1912 by book dealer Wilfrid Voynich. Carbon dating and historical analysis suggest European origins, but the language and script remain baffling. Imagine untying ancient bindings to reveal page after page of ornate illustrations, impossible plants, astral diagrams, and tiny female figures immersed in what appear to be complex bath-like systems. The text is penned in looping symbols and a script no one can decipher. Monks, alchemists, a secret society, each theory gains traction before collapsing under the weight of scrutiny. Modern codebreakers, linguists, and cryptographers have all tried and failed to unravel its secrets. Many claim partial translations or a hidden code, but none have been definitively verified. The Voynich manuscript remains a testament to humanity's fascination with the unknown, safely locked away at Yale University's Binecker Rare Book and Manuscript Library.